All right, this is a must-see video because I'm giving you exclusive data and hints on our upcoming winter based off of my own research, and I'm just gonna jump right into it, guys. So for this winter, that is the winter of 26-27, this upcoming winter, here's my three analogs that I'm using and kind of mashing together. I have the analog of the winter of 97-98 as a pick, which was a super El Nino, a warm winter. I have the analog of 2015-16 as a pick, which again was a super El Nino and a warm winter. But this is the interesting part. I had to put in 2009-2010. That was a very cold winter. That was when we had Snowmageddon and all over snow and cold across the USA. It was a hectic blowtorch of snow. So there's my word salad for you because it didn't make any sense. But the point being is we have 2009 and 2010 as a very big analog year. It's 33% of the package. And why I say that is because that was a weak to moderate, but mostly weak, maybe on the upper end of weak El Nino, but it was in the flavor of a Mordecai El Nino, which means the waters were warmest in the Central Pacific in Nino 3 and 4, not in Ninos 1 and 2. So based off that, I agree with what this Jamstack is forecasting for December, January, and February of this upcoming winter. I mean, this is a super El Nino. It looks like it to me, at least. Very big, massive, and intense, expansive, warm body of water. But it's also really trying to come to grips, I think, in the modeling right now, that the warmest waters will be in the central part of the El Nino. So with that being said, how can I not add 29, 2010 to this mix? So that's very good news for those who do like the snow and cold, okay? So again, for this winter, it's very interesting. We've really never seen anything quite like it. I've never seen anything like it in 31 years of being on this planet, Earth. I'm 31 years old, in other words. So, but no, it's really going to be interesting what happens this winter. So I'll go into little details of just a summary of what I've been researching and talking about. If you follow me, by the way, if you don't follow me, you will get more quality and long-range weather forecasts like this video. Just click the subscribe button and you will not regret it. But for this El Nino, it's going to be a super El Nino, but it's going to be Mordecai. So you're kind of getting a very rare pitch, almost like an angular motion to this El Nino, where it's just so precise that to get a super El Nino, which usually brings warmth, only 1% of the time can you get a super El Nino that doesn't blowtorch the country. Not only will this not blowtorch the country, most modeling is coming to alignment. This is going to be a very cold winter, okay? So just to get into the specifics, diving into what will the USA see, I do expect an active subtropical jet. So in other words, your jet stream in the Gulf of Mexico along the East Coast and coming off the Southern California region. And that will totally amplify the pattern because you have a lot of energy there. The farther south you get, the more energy near to the equator. That's where all the energy resides. So that's going to produce like just a ton of energy for potential massive, major, big snowstorms. So that's one thing. I do think this will be a nor'easter winter because of the subtropical jet. That's a possibility, I think, at this point, a strong possibility at that, even a probability. I also think the Midwest is somewhere to look for snow this year, simply because it seems like a very expansively cold and also very actively intense in terms of the energy we'll have in the air for this winter, for just snowstorms to coalesce and collide with the cold air. So I really think this winter we are in for it. It's going to be kind of like a nuclear bomb of snow all over the country. You just big snowstorms of big energy kind of popping up here and there. So I don't think it's just going to be a certain location that's going to see a big and snowy winter. I think it's going to be all over. So with that being said, I do think and I have reason to believe we are in for a very cold winter this year. Again, I am unbiased. I will say to you if I really think it will be a warm winter or a cold winter. I'm not going to sell you guys out just so you subscribe here just because you want to hear a cold winter forecast. That's not what I do here. I just give you what I truly believe based off my research and off my gut feelings of in putting these models, the 20 pieces of the whole puzzle together and making them into one convergent point, which is essentially leading me to believe that we're in for it this year. Big, snowy, cold winter. So with that, I will conclude. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section. And make sure to like and especially to share. Sharing is caring, especially when you love the weather and have a passion for it like we all do here. Most of us, I would assume, if you're on this channel. And again, if you haven't yet subscribed, you will see a lot of long range weather content, especially when it comes to winter. I love that kind of stuff. So, all right, guys, that is it for now. Thank you all for watching. This is Tyler from Tyler's World of Weather, clicking off. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy your day. God bless you.